Stop for a second and ask yourself, which country are you watching this from? And what time is it in your life right now? Are you awake with your heart restless? Or are you quietly scrolling, hoping the tension in your chest will just go away? I need you to pay attention because what I am about to share is not random and it is not just another video. This is about your heart, your soul, and the life you are creating every second. You might not even realize it yet, but the tension you feel, the unease, the heaviness, the restlessness is not a problem. It is a message, a warning, and a guide. Most people ignore it. Most people push through it. But if you are watching this right now, then your heart is still awake. Your soul is still listening. And what I am about to reveal could change everything you think you know about the way life is guiding you. By the end of this video, you will understand why every pause in your life, every hesitation, every moment of discomfort has been trying to save you from something you cannot yet see. You will see the hidden messages in your tension and why they are more powerful than anything outside you. So tell me right now, where are you watching this from? What time is it for you? Because the moment you answer that, I need you to stay with me, because what you hear next could awaken your heart in a way you have never experienced before. A disturbed heart is often a protected heart. Not every heart feels disturbed, and this is something we must reflect on deeply. Some hearts move through life without any inner resistance at all. They continue in choices, habits, and directions without ever feeling uncomfortable. But the absence of discomfort is not always a sign of peace. Sometimes it is a sign that the heart has stopped responding. When a heart no longer reacts, it can move toward harm very easily, because nothing inside it is warning it to stop. When a heart becomes restless, when it feels uneasy without a clear reason, this is often not weakness. It is not failure. It is not lack of faith. It is often a form of care. That uneasiness is like a gentle hand holding the heart back, even when everything on the outside looks fine. It is a sign that the heart is still awake, still aware, still sensitive to right and wrong. Inner discomfort does not mean something is wrong with you. Sometimes it means something is right within you. It means the heart is still alive and able to sense when something is not good for it, even if the mind has not yet understood why. The heart is reacting because it is being protected from moving too far in a direction that would later cause pain or regret. A heart that questions its direction, that feels unsettled before making a choice, is not being punished, it is being guided. This disturbance is not meant to create fear but awareness. It slows you down so you do not rush into something that may look good now but will hurt you later. It appears early, before damage happens, before loss becomes heavy, and before the heart becomes attached to something that will be hard to let go of. This kind of disturbance is a quiet mercy. It arrives gently, not to break the heart, but to save it. It is a reminder that the heart still matters, that it is being watched over, and that it has not been left alone. When the heart is disturbed in this way, it is often because it is being protected with care and wisdom long before harm has a chance to reach it. Spiritual tension is a stop sign, not a call to push harder. Many people believe that when something feels difficult, the solution is to try harder. We are taught to push through discomfort, to ignore resistance, and to keep moving forward no matter what. But spiritual tension does not work like physical tiredness. When the heart feels heavy, it is not always asking for more effort. Very often it is asking for attention. There is a difference between being tired and being warned. Tiredness comes from effort, but spiritual tension comes from misalignment. When the heart feels tight, restless, or uneasy, it may be signaling that the direction is not right, even if the intention feels good. Pushing harder in the wrong direction does not bring peace. It usually increases confusion and drains the soul. When the heart resists, it is not challenging your strength. It is questioning your path. This resistance is not meant to make you feel weak or incapable. It is meant to slow you down before you move too far. Many people mistake this feeling and respond by forcing themselves forward, ignoring what their heart is trying to say. Over time, this leads to outward success but inner emptiness. Spiritual tension is gentle but firm. It does not shout, but it does not disappear either. It stays, reminding you that something needs to be examined. It asks you to pause, to reflect, and to ask yourself whether this movement is bringing you closer to what truly matters or quietly pulling you away from it. Sometimes continuing forward feels difficult, not because the task is hard, but because the heart is not settled. Peace is not always found at the finish line. Sometimes peace is found in stopping, turning slightly, or waiting. When the heart feels heavy, it is often safer to pause than to push. Pausing does not mean giving up, it means choosing wisdom over speed. Ignoring this tension and pushing forward anyway can slowly damage the heart. It teaches the soul to value results over meaning and achievement over inner peace. But listening to this tension protects the heart from regret. It keeps the soul aligned and prevents it from becoming exhausted by paths that were never meant to be permanent. This kind of tension is not a sign to prove your strength. It is a sign to trust guidance. It reminds you that not every obstacle is meant to be overcome. Some are placed to stop you gently, so you do not have to be stopped painfully later. The heart senses misalignment before the mind understands it. The heart has its own way of understanding things. It does not think in words or logic, yet it often knows when something is not right, long before the mind can explain it. You may look at your situation and see that everything appears fine. The choice seems acceptable, the path looks reasonable, and there is no clear problem. Still, the heart feels uneasy. This does not mean the heart is confused. It often means the heart is aware. The mind needs evidence, reasons, and explanations. The heart senses direction. It feels when something is pulling you away from balance, sincerity, or peace. That is why discomfort can appear without a clear cause. The heart is responding to a shift that has not yet reached the surface. It notices when intentions begin to change, when priorities slowly move, or when something that once felt meaningful starts to feel empty. This awareness is not sudden, it develops quietly. The heart notices small changes that the mind ignores. It senses when reliance moves away from trust and turns into control. It feels when a goal begins to matter more than integrity. These changes are subtle, but the heart reacts early, offering discomfort as a warning before damage happens. Many people doubt this feeling because they cannot explain it. They ask themselves why they feel uneasy when nothing is obviously wrong. But the heart does not need clear reasons to speak. It reacts to alignment, not appearance. When something no longer matches the deeper values of the soul, the heart tightens. This tightening is not fear, it is recognition. Ignoring this awareness often leads to regret later. People look back and say they felt something was wrong but continued anyway because they could not justify stopping. That early discomfort was the heart sensing misalignment before the mind could name it. Listening at that stage protects the soul from reaching a point where the cost becomes heavy. When the heart senses misalignment, it is not asking for immediate answers, it is asking for honesty. It invites you to slow down, reflect, and look deeper. This sensitivity is not a weakness, it is a gift. A heart that senses early is a heart that has not been hardened. It is still connected, still aware, and still capable of guiding you toward what brings true peace. Interruption prevents harmful attachment. Attachment often grows quietly. It does not begin with something clearly wrong. It begins with comfort, familiarity, and emotional investment. Over time, the heart starts to hold on to a path, a plan, or an identity more tightly than it should. When this happens, the heart slowly becomes dependent on something that was never meant to carry that weight. Interruption comes not because the path is always bad, but because the attachment is becoming heavy. When the heart begins to cling, it loses flexibility. It becomes afraid of change, afraid of loss, and afraid of letting go. This is where harm begins. Not always immediately, but gradually, as the heart starts to place its sense of security in something temporary. The interruption often feels confusing at first. Plans slow down, motivation fades, peace disappears. You may feel blocked without understanding why. This is not punishment, it is protection. It arrives early, before attachment turns into heartbreak. It loosens the heart's grip before the loss becomes painful and difficult to heal from. Without interruption, attachment would grow deeper. The heart would wrap itself around something so tightly that separation would cause deep damage. Interruption saves the heart from that pain. It creates distance while the heart is still able to detach without breaking. What feels like loss is often rescue taking place quietly. Many people only recognize this later. They look back and realize that what they were holding on to would have cost them more than it ever gave them. The interruption prevented them from building their identity, worth, or peace around something fragile. It protected their heart from becoming dependent on what could not last. Interruption teaches the heart an important lesson. It reminds it not to cling too tightly to outcomes, roles, or plans. It keeps the heart soft, able to adapt, and able to let go. This is not easy, but it is gentle compared to the pain of forced separation later. Interruption is care disguised as delay, and protection disguised as confusion. A pause is often preparation, not rejection. When movement stops or slows, the first feeling many people experience is fear. They assume something has gone wrong or that they are being left behind. A pause is often misunderstood as failure or rejection, but in many cases, it is neither. A pause can be one of the most intentional and caring moments in a person's journey. Constant movement does not always lead to growth. Sometimes it leads to exhaustion, pride, or loss of clarity. A pause creates space. It gives the heart time to breathe, reflect, and settle. It allows intentions to be examined and corrected before the next step is taken. Without this pause, progress may continue, but direction may be lost. Preparation often happens in stillness. Strength is built quietly. Awareness deepens when distractions fade. During a pause, the heart learns patience and humility. It learns to rely less on control and more on trust. These lessons cannot be learned while rushing forward. They require stillness. Many people look at a pause and focus only on what is not happening. They measure it by what is missing rather than what is being formed, but important changes often take place beneath the surface. The heart is being reshaped, values are being refined, and understanding is being strengthened. These changes are not visible, but they are necessary. A pause also protects from moving forward too quickly with an unready heart. Advancement without preparation can cause harm. It can lead to mistakes that are difficult to undo. The pause ensures that when movement resumes, it happens with clarity, balance, and wisdom. Feeling pause does not mean you are unwanted or forgotten. It often means you are being prepared carefully. What feels like delay may actually be alignment taking place quietly. The pause is not empty time. It is filled with purpose, even when that purpose is not immediately clear. When intention shifts, the heart becomes heavy. Actions in life are not heavy on their own. What makes them heavy is the heart behind them. A task, a responsibility, or even a good deed can feel light and uplifting when the intention is pure, sincere, and aligned with what truly matters. But when the intention shifts even slightly, the heart begins to feel weight it cannot easily explain. The same effort that once brought peace and satisfaction starts to feel exhausting and empty. This shift often happens gradually. At first, it is almost invisible. You may notice a slight change in how you feel about your goals or your work. What used to inspire you may now feel burdensome. What used to feel meaningful may now feel obligatory. This is the heart's way of signaling that something is not aligned. It is not punishment. It is a gentle alert that the purpose behind your actions needs attention. Many people ignore this discomfort because outwardly everything seems fine. They continue moving forward, believing effort alone is enough. But the heart cannot lie. It reacts to hidden changes, even when the mind and surroundings do not notice them. The heaviness you feel is not weakness, it is awareness. It is the heart telling you that your direction, your motives, or your focus may no longer be serving what truly matters to your soul. When intention shifts, it can affect every area of life. Relationships feel strained, work feels draining, worship may feel like routine rather than connection, even success can feel hollow. This heaviness is a sign that the heart is no longer in harmony with your true purpose. It is asking you to pause, reflect, and realign before the weight becomes too great to carry. The heart grows heavy not to punish but to guide. It is trying to protect you from wasting effort, energy, and love on what will not benefit you in the long run. Paying attention to this weight allows you to reset your intentions, refresh your priorities, and reconnect with sincerity. When the heart is heavy, it is speaking a language of care, warning you before the consequences of misalignment become permanent. Listening to the heart in these moments is an act of courage and wisdom. It means you are willing to be honest with yourself about why you do what you do. It means you value inner alignment over external approval. It means you recognize that the purpose behind action is just as important, if not more important, than the action itself. A heart that acknowledges this heaviness and seeks to understand it is a heart that can return to lightness. It can restore meaning to effort, joy to good deeds, and connection to purpose. The heaviness is not a burden to carry forever. It is a guidepost, a reminder, and a gift, showing the way back to intention, sincerity, and peace. Ignoring inner warnings dulls spiritual awareness. The heart has a natural way of sensing when something is not right. It warns, nudges, and makes us feel uneasy long before any outward problem appears. But when these inner warnings are ignored again and again, something quiet and dangerous begins to happen. The heart slowly loses its sensitivity. What once felt urgent and necessary to pay attention to becomes easy to dismiss. The signals that used to guide you fade into background noise, and spiritual awareness becomes dulled. This process does not happen suddenly. It is subtle and gradual. At first, you may ignore small feelings of discomfort, thinking they are unimportant or imagining that you are overreacting. Then, over time, ignoring the heart's signals becomes a habit. The heart adjusts to being neglected, and the voice of intuition, reflection, and conscience grows weaker. Before long, the soul can continue on a path that once felt wrong, without feeling the discomfort that would have stopped it before. When inner warnings are ignored, the consequences are not always immediate. Life may appear normal, even successful, but the heart is quietly becoming less capable of sensing danger, misalignment, and misguidance. Decisions may be made that feel correct at the moment, but later reveal that the soul was moving away from what is meaningful and lasting. Ignoring these subtle alarms hardens the heart over time, making it less responsive to guidance and less aware of its true needs. This is why it is so important to honor even small feelings of unease. They are often whispers from the heart, calling attention to areas where something needs reflection, correction, or patience. Every warning you acknowledge strengthens awareness. Every warning you ignore dulls it. The heart is a sensitive instrument, and repeated neglect quiets it, leaving the soul less equipped to recognize what is truly right or wrong. Ignoring these signs not only affects your awareness, but also your connection to what is deeper, lasting, and meaningful. Spiritual life becomes mechanical rather than alive, and decisions are guided more by habit or desire than by discernment. The heart was created to feel, to respond, and to protect. When it is silenced by neglect, its guidance is lost. Listening carefully to inner warnings cultivates a heart that is alive, awake, and capable of discernment. It allows the soul to respond with clarity and confidence rather than reaction and confusion. It preserves sensitivity, strengthens intuition, and keeps the heart aligned with what truly matters. Paying attention to these subtle signals is not weakness or overthinking. It is an act of care, a way to maintain awareness, and a practice of protecting the soul before harm ever reaches it. A heart that is listened to remains soft, awake, and aware. It can feel joy, peace, and purpose. A heart that is ignored becomes dull, heavy, and distant. The choice is in how you respond to the earliest signals, to the quiet unease, to the gentle nudges that are trying to keep you on the path that matters. The pause exists because the outcome is already known. Sometimes in life, a pause happens, and it feels frustrating or confusing. Plans slow down, doors do not open, opportunities are delayed, and the heart begins to question why nothing is moving forward. The mind may feel restless and impatient, wondering if this pause means failure or rejection. But often the pause is not random and it is not meaningless. The pause exists because the outcome is already known, even if we cannot see it yet. The heart cannot always see the bigger picture, but life is full of patterns that are hidden from our understanding. There are paths that may look safe and good, but the end would bring difficulty, loss, or pain that could have been avoided. Sometimes what we desire most in the moment is not what is best for us in the long term. The pause is a form of protection, a way of stopping the heart before it commits fully to something that would ultimately cost more than it gives. This pause is also an opportunity. It is a chance to reflect, to observe, and to prepare. While it may feel like delay, the time is not wasted. During the pause, the heart can realign with what truly matters, priorities can be clarified, and intentions can be strengthened. The pause allows understanding and wisdom to grow quietly, even when impatience feels loud. What feels like waiting is often preparation in disguise. Many people interpret delays as punishment or lack of favor. They feel rejected or abandoned. But a pause is often the opposite. It is a sign that something greater is being arranged, something beyond immediate vision, something that will benefit the heart, the soul, and the life ahead. The pause keeps the heart from rushing into outcomes that have already been determined to be harmful or less beneficial. It is care, protection, and guidance all wrapped into one subtle moment. Trusting the pause requires patience and reflection. It is not easy, because the heart wants answers and the mind wants certainty. Yet the pause invites reliance on wisdom beyond the present moment, on a greater understanding that the heart cannot yet grasp. Accepting the pause with faith allows the soul to remain aligned, to remain calm, and to be ready when the right moment finally comes. When the heart learns to honor the pause, it gains clarity and peace. It begins to see that delays are not obstacles, but safeguards. That waiting is not weakness, but protection. That the timing of life is often beyond personal control, yet perfectly designed for growth, alignment, and lasting benefit. The pause exists because the outcome is already known, and it is placed in the right time, in the right way, to preserve what matters most. The heart that trusts the pause does not fear waiting. It does not grieve delay. It understands that what is meant for it will not pass by, and what is being prevented is not loss, but mercy. The pause is a reminder that life is guided with wisdom, and that what is unseen often carries greater care than what is immediately visible. Learning to embrace this quiet guidance strengthens the heart, steadies the soul, and cultivates faith that every pause has purpose and every delay carries blessing. Take a moment and let all of this sink in. Every pause, every heaviness, every tension in your heart that you once ignored, it was not random. It was a guide. It was protection. It was mercy, quietly shaping you, guiding you, and preparing you for what you truly need in life. Do not rush back into the noise of the world. Sit with what you have heard. Reflect on the signals your heart has been giving you. Ask yourself honestly, where have I ignored the warnings? Where have I pushed forward when I should have paused? Where have I lost connection with the purpose behind my actions? The truth is, life will continue to test you, but now you have the awareness to notice the stop signs, the gentle interruptions, and the subtle signals before they become crises. Your heart has the power to guide you if only you listen, trust it, honor it, protect it. Carry this understanding with you every day. When tension rises, do not fear it. See it as care, as a compass pointing you toward what truly matters. When life slows you down, do not despair. See it as preparation, not rejection. And when you feel uncertain, do not lose hope. Know that what is meant for you will reach you at the right time, in the right way. Your life is being guided, and your heart is never abandoned. The pause, the heaviness, and the unease are not enemies. They are your protectors. Learn from them, listen to them, follow them, and your soul will never be lost, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Remember this moment. Let it change the way you move, the way you choose, and the way you live. Because the heart that listens is the heart that is truly alive, and it is the heart that will always find peace.